problems that I've been having is trying to get this thing to switch from mode 1 to mode 2, or beginners and aggressive, or whatever you want to call it. And the instruction manual didn't really help me out very much until I found this one paragraph. And it happened to be right next to the camera part of it. And it refers to the transmitter built in 2 modes. Now, this, again, the English is terrible on this manual. Mode 1 and Mode 2 in line with different customers' usage pattern. Keep pushing button B to the right, then turn on the transmitter power to change from Mode 1 to Mode 2. And that's how simple it is. And I didn't realize that. And I've fiddled and fiddled with this thing and couldn't get it to work right. So if we shut the transmitter off and we hold over on this button, turn it on, you'll see it switch to Mode 2. LCD control panel is, if I move the throttle up, you can see the position that the throttle is. And if I go turn it to the left or to the right, rotating it, that shows up here.
Got it corrected now, so it's not going so far forward. Flying really well now. Of course, I'm afraid to take it too far to get it out of range, but I'm not sure what's going on here. Okay, we're going to go back to Mode 2 now. Okay, now we're in Mode 2, and now the rotation has changed, so I got to remember that. Oh, I lost control. I didn't put her in headless mode. That's not good, but she takes a crash, I'll tell you. Now we're in headless. Ay, yo, 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 that screws me up so bad. There, I got it. I'm telling you, that disorients the crap out of me. All right. I've had enough of this. Between the disorientation and the wind, I have had enough. And I was showing you how to push this, hold this button over with this off, and that would change modes. And it did indeed change modes from Mode 1 to Mode 2, which is left-hand control to right-hand control. So there's a surprise. I didn't realize this would do this. Now what I'm trying to do is get it in from low mode to high mode, and all you do here is touch it one time, and now you're in high mode. Now we're going to hold it down. Okay, there we are. We should be in heads-up mode, in high mode. Oh, yeah. Now she's flying. Now it's reacting. There you go. Now it's behaving. Now she's flying in the wind like there is no wind. Much, much better. Okay, I'm going to put the camera on, shutting her down.
Okay, holding this button over while turning on switches that to mode 2. Switches that to mode 2. Now, holding it over, turning it on, switches it to mode 1. And that I thought was high mode and low mode. It is not. It is actually changing the orientation of your controls. But what I'm attempting to do now is to mount, I got my mobius. I got my mobius here, and lovely little camera, just lovely. And this is the camera that came with the Syma x8c. And it was, whoops, probably won't work again, but it was mounted inside this holder. And that holder snaps on the bottom of the Syma. So what I'm trying to do is jerry-rig, if you will, a way to mount this mobius right up underneath there. And I've got some rubber bands to hold it on, and that's one way, or some of the little plastic tie downs. I can do it that way, but I just don't like the way that I'm probably going to need something flat here to hold this in place. And there's enough room inside this case to be able to mount the Mobius camera. And this is the tripod holder that comes with the Mobius, and that's the little holder, and that fits right up in here. I'm sure you all know that. And I could probably bolt that real simple onto the bottom of that. And I may end up doing it, but I just have a thing about drilling holes and deforming what comes stock. I don't like to do that if I can avoid it and make an easier way to do that. And that's a relatively big hole to drill on the bottom of that. But anyhow, you can see there's the stock Syma x8c camera, which again was mounted inside here. But as you look, it's 26 grams. And if I add the Mobius, which is what I want to do, I add that to it, we're up to 75 grams, which I'm sure the Syma x8c will handle with no problem. In other words, I want to try both cameras. I can use both cameras simultaneously to give you a comparison of the Mobius compared to what came with the Syma, so you can help make yourself a better decision. But I mounted the Mobius camera just underneath the original camera, and I found the washer that works just fine to make these both parallel. So I'm going to run it with both cameras. I've been trying to get some good pictures, and one camera works and the other one doesn't. But what I don't like, and it's going to be changed, is you can see that the Mobius sets right down on the ground, and I'm probably going to eliminate
understanding. But I'm telling you.
This is what I did to mount the Mobius. I took the Syma camera out. I didn't have to cut anything up on top, actually, and went up on the vent hole up on top, and then I put some foam in between it, in the back with just a tie down in foam, and the Mobius can flex, although this seems to be a little bit looser and I'd like to see it. Not quite sure what that's all about, so let's just see if we have any vibration from it. But that's the way I mounted the Mobius on the back of the Syma and got rid of that piece of junk camera that was on there. It should work, and it'll come off, but it's not a gimbal, and I wished it was.